Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Hockey Talk with TG podcast. I'm Ty Glenn. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday. We are getting closer and closer to the NHL season. Well, preseason starts this Saturday, but training camps are getting underway tomorrow, and so off season will end tomorrow, because training camp gets underway and we are getting closer and closer to preseason hockey. So, I'm so excited because hockey's coming back and the regular season starts Tuesday, October 7th, which is only 3 weeks away. So, it's getting there. Hockey's coming back, people. So, lots to be excited for if you're a hockey fan. There's going to be a couple of preseason games coming on NHL Network, which I'll get into that on Friday's episode of the Hockey Talk with TG podcast. So make sure that you stay tuned in for that. Other announcements, we'll take a look at the schedule for the Hockey Talk with TG podcast. So obviously Wednesday and Friday, we'll be putting out episodes. I did put out a ranking video on the TG Hockey channel of how I think all 32 teams will do this upcoming season. So make sure to go watch that video if you have not seen it already. I might also try and get out a prospects video on that channel as well, whether it be a ranking video or a prospects review video or, something like that. I will try, or maybe both even. I might try and get that out on the TG Hockey channel, so stay tuned for that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the NHL news for today. So if you guys didn't see the announcement yesterday, and I am going to move this camera just a little bit for those that are watching on YouTube, JT Miller was named captain of the New York Rangers on Tuesday. He is the 29th captain in New York Rangers franchise history, and this decision just comes before training camp opens up tomorrow ahead of the 2025-26 NHL season and the preseason. And he replaces Jacob Trouba, who was traded to the Anaheim Ducks in December of 2024. And then after that trade, the Rangers have not been without a captain since. And now they get a captain, JT Miller. And, of course, the alternate captains will be Adam Fox, Vincent Trocheck, Mika Zibanejad, and Artemi Panarin. Last season with the Canucks and Rangers, JT Miller put up 70 points in 72 games with the Canucks and Rangers last season. 22 goals, 48 assists for 70 points, 72 games. For those who don't know, of course, he was traded back to the Rangers at the trade deadline. And so in his return with the New York Rangers, he put up 35 points in 32 games played. 13 goals, 22 assists for 35 points in 32 games played with the Rangers. He's coming back to the team at the deadline of last season. And he was, again, originally drafted by the Rangers in the first round of the 2011 NHL draft. He played there early in his career before being traded away. And then we acquired January 2025. So this will be his first full season back with the Rangers, and the first time that he's going to be wearing the C with the New York Rangers. My thoughts on this: it's not a bad decision. I actually kind of like this decision. It's okay. He's played with New York before, since before coming back with them last season. He played with them before, and he's a veteran guy. And the Rangers are looking to get back into playoff contention, and shockingly missing out on the playoffs last season after winning the President's Trophy the season prior to the 2024-25 season. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be looking to make some noise in the regular season, get back into playoff contention. So I really do like this decision that JT Miller is the captain of the New York Rangers. Need a good veteran in the locker room, and I think JT Miller fits just that. Other fans says that he has the grit, experience, and physicality to lead the team as team captain. And other fans said that they need that intense edge and believe JT Miller brings it. And then you have like other fans saying that they don't like the decision. They think it's a bad choice. They think it's too early to be giving him the C since he's only been back with the team for part of last season. So kind of mixed emotions right there for JT Miller getting awarded as the team captain. But I think, personally for me, I really do like this decision. And I think the Rangers are going to need it. They're really going to need it. Looking for that new voice in the locker room. And JT Miller fits just that. But now we're going to go ahead and get into... we're going to talk about the Capitals and Red Wings as they released new jerseys for the upcoming 2025-26 NHL season. We'll start with the Capitals first. And the Capitals, they brought back the Scree Eagle jersey. And not going to lie, I really do like it. I like it better than the one that they used in the past, like when Ovi made his NHL debut and they were wearing all black. This one has a little bit more style to it. And I'll show you guys pictures. Here's a picture of, Ovi wearing the jersey. This is on the BR Open Ice account on Twitter. It's going to be the alternate jersey, and they'll be wearing this in 15 home games during the 2025-26 season. Taking a look at the color schemes and elements of this jersey, the base color is red with a white rounded shoulder, yoke, and classic right here. So to those who are watching on YouTube, you can see the image, and I will put this link in the description so you guys can go check this out on Twitter yourselves. But if you're watching this on YouTube, obviously you can see it because I'm holding my phone up to the camera. And then for the pants, it's like 3 stars on the pants and 3 stripes on the sleeves, representing the DMV region, not the driving class that you have to take to get your driver's license. I'm talking about DC, Maryland, and Virginia. So it has some style for sure. And then the neck and collar style, it features a lace-up neckline, which gives it that retro styling touch. So let me see if I can find another picture. So if you zoom in on this, it has that kind of retro style touch right there for the Washington Capitals. And then inside the collar is caps all in bold. So if you look closely there, you'll see caps all in bold. Again, nice touch. And then you got the retro Capitals logo on the side as well. So if you look on the side, you got the old vintage retro Washington Capitals logo. That looks sick. These jerseys go on sale October 17th, which also happens to be the first home game that the Capitals will be wearing this when they take on the Minnesota Wild. My thoughts on this, overall thoughts, these look sick. These look very sick. Probably might be probably the best alternate jersey I've seen. Again, I like this Scree Eagle. I like it better than it was on the black one, because when Ovi made his NHL debut, they wore all black jerseys, and I didn't think that was style right there. So I like how they brought in this bright red and white to give it more color, to give it more style. I really do like this jersey. Probably better than the other alternate jerseys that the Washington Capitals had in the past. But now let's talk about the Detroit Red Wings centennial jerseys. So, of course, the Red Wings are going to be celebrating the 100 years of their franchise, just like my Chicago Blackhawks. They were founded in 1926, so this is their centennial season. Taking a look at the design of the jersey. First, I'm showing you guys a picture. This is Alistair Brinkett and Dylan Larkin, the 2 Michigan boys, wearing the Detroit Red Wings centennial jersey. Again, this is on the BR Open Ice Twitter account. I will put both those links in the description so you guys can check it out yourselves. Taking a look at the design though, the Cougar D. So if I can find it, so the Cougar D right here. This is from Detroit Cougars, when the Detroit Cougars were a hockey team. So that will be kind of like their secondary logo mark. This will appear on the pants, the front leg, and looks like the bottom. I think the bottom of the jersey this will appear on. Not sure. And take a look at the texture. It has a leather-like fax or fox texture with the leather patches and a matching like brownish kind of color, which I use for the captain and alternate letters. So if you take a look right here, this is what I'm talking about. I think, again, adding more style and paying vintage to the Detroit hockey teams back in the day. And then you also got the wing wheel Red Wings logo in the middle. Absolutely sick. And I'm not going to lie, these are way better. As a Blackhawks fan, I have to say that the Red Wings jerseys, Centennial jerseys, I should say, are way better than the Blackhawks. Because you guys don't know, the Blackhawks are also going into their Centennial season. And their Centennial jerseys almost look the same as their regular home jerseys. The only difference I will have to say in that is that the Blackhawks, they have like a gold, like stripey kind of logo. I mean, not logo, goldy stripe kind of line on their Centennial jerseys. I will put the link for that in the description too, so you guys can see what I'm talking about, because I don't have an image pulled up with me today. But if you take a look at this and Blackhawks Centennial jerseys, they're really not as good as what I thought it was going to be. They didn't even use the vintage Blackhawks logo, which I think would have been like sick. So I have to say the Red Wings Centennial jerseys are better than the Blackhawks Centennial jerseys. And this is coming from a Blackhawks fan, by the way. And these jerseys will be worn at more than a dozen home games. Of course, a dozen means 12. So you guys will be seeing these jerseys a lot during the 2025-26 season. The debut will be on October 9th, which happens to be the Red Wings home opener against the Montreal Canadiens, which I think is a great way to debut your Centennial jerseys against another Original 16. So it will be an Original 16 battle on October 9th, 2025 in Hockeytown when the Red Wings take on the Canadiens. I think that will be a great game to watch. If you like a little history, a little nostalgia, or you just like to see a little Original 6 action, this will be the game to watch. And if you think these Red Wings jerseys are sick, I really do recommend that you guys watch that game. Thoughts on both? I really do like both of these jerseys. They really did. Whoever designed these jerseys, W right there. Think you should get a bonus for whoever designed these jerseys. These are pretty sick. Which ones do I like better? I'll have to say the Red Wings. I'll have to say the Red Wings. Again, this is all coming from a Blackhawks fan. I think the Red Wings jerseys are a little bit better than the Capitals, mostly just because it's their Centennial season. And usually when it's just Centennial season, you usually like to try and go all out and make your jerseys kind of nostalgia or bring back that history and stuff. And so that's probably why I like the Red Wings Centennial jersey better than the Capitals jersey. And now we're going to talk about a possibility of a Hughes Brothers reunion in New Jersey. So there are rumors going around saying that Quinn Hughes could go to New Jersey and play with his brothers Jack and Luke. And that will be something that I would like to see, by the way. I think it will be cool to see all three of the Hughes brothers on the same team. I mean, come on. We saw the Sedin brothers play for the same team. Hammock and Daniel Sedin playing for the Vancouver Canucks. It would be cool to get all three of the Hughes brothers on the same team. And they said this before. They said, most notably, Jack Hughes said that he would love to see Quinn Hughes play on the New Jersey Devils with him and Luke. And taking a look at Quinn Hughes' contract situation, he only has 2 years left on his contract with Vancouver. Jack is signed with New Jersey through the 2029-2030 season, and Luke Hughes is a RFA, so his future contract terms are more like uncertain, like we don't know his contract status, and I'm pretty sure if you're a Devils fan, you're going to be hoping to see Luke Hughes sign sometime between today and tomorrow, because tomorrow training camps open up and the offseason ends today, like tonight, like after today, no more offseason. So you're going to be hoping to see Luke Hughes sign a contract sometime between today and early tomorrow. So yeah, we'll hope to see a contract from Luke Hughes if you're a Devils fan. Same thing with Wyatt Kaiser, the Blackhawks. Hoping to see a contract between him sometime between today and early tomorrow, because the offseason ends like after today. So yeah. But anyway, back to this response. Quinn Hughes knows that Jack Hughes has said that he would love to see him come play New Jersey, but Quinn Hughes also said that he's going to be committed to playing for Vancouver and has goals with the Canucks too, such as making the playoffs, improving from last season, and hopefully trying to win the Stanley Cup. So, yeah, those are his goals. So he's committed to what he's going to be doing for Vancouver this season. He is team captain of the Vancouver Canucks, and he has had some great seasons with Vancouver, most notably winning the Norris Trophy, which goes out to the best defenseman. But my overall thoughts on this, it won't be easy trying to have all three of the Hughes brothers playing on the same team, but is it something that I would like to see? Yes. Is it something that every hockey fan would like to see? Yes, I really do would love to see all three of the Hughes brothers play on the same team. I think it's a possibility. It might happen sometime, maybe next year or maybe the year after that, depending on Quinn Hughes' contract. Again, he has, 2 years? I think I said 2 years left on his contract deal. So maybe if Jim Waterford doesn't give him an extension or so, maybe he might get traded. But we'll just have to see what happens. But yeah, I think all three Hughes brothers playing for the team will be absolutely sick, and it's something that I would very much look forward to if it does happen. Let me know you guys' thoughts on that in the comments. Do you think it will be possible to see Quinn Hughes play for New Jersey? And if yes, why? If no, tell me why. If there's something that you would like to add on to the conversation of what I did not say, please do. I look forward to you guys' comments all the time. Any questions that you might have. So any comments or questions that you guys might have about any of the topics I'm discussing on the Hockey Talk with TG podcast, please drop them down below. I love to engage with each and every one of you. Whether you agree or disagree with some of the stuff I talk about on the podcast. All right, but now we're going to talk about Alexander Georgiev as he signs a 1-year, $825,000 contract deal with the Buffalo Sabres. Currently 29 years old. So I don't know how Sabres fans will feel about this. But taking a look at his stats, he has a 15-26-4 record with 3.71 goals against average and a .875 save percentage with the Sharks and Avalanche last season. He was traded to the Sharks by the Avalanche last season, and as we all know, they are not good stats. But what this means for Buffalo and their future on returning to the playoffs, because as we all know, the Sabres have a long year playoff drought, probably the longest playoff drought in sports history, like the 4 major sports leagues, NBA, NFL, NHL, MLB. Like throughout those 4 major sports leagues or big sports leagues, I probably would have to say that the Sabres have the longest year playoff drought. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but from my perspective and from me being a huge hockey fan and a passionate hockey fan and following hockey more and the NHL more than I do with NBA, NFL, MLB, I have to say that the Buffalo Sabres have the longest year playoff drought, and they're going to be looking forward to getting back into the playoffs. So maybe the signing will be good. I mean, they need a veteran or a solid goalie, and I think they got that in Alexander Georgiev. And it's good to have a veteran presence in the crease as well in case Ukko, Pekka Luukkonen, or Devin Levi get injured or get sick or something like that. And I think this also helps out with the roster and cap flexibility. And with the signing, the Sabres keep their flexibility for future season and not locked into like no long-term contracts or anything like that. But if you're a Sabres fan, let me know how you feel about this signing down in the comments. Does this finally get you guys back into playoff contention? If you ask me, probably not. But is this a better stride or a good signing to have? Let me know down in the comments. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this episode of the Hockey Talk with TG podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. If you are following the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I'm just stuttering today. I'm sorry guys for stuttering too much in this episode of this podcast. Trying to get my words out right. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe. And make sure to follow the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. Hit that notification bell so you will give this podcast a 5-star rating. We are with you guys every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11:30 a.m. to noon Central Time, 12:30 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure that you give this podcast a follow so you won't miss any episode of the Hockey Talk with TG podcast, your number one podcast for all things hockey, and the number one podcast to get your latest NHL news. So smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and make sure that you're following on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio so you won't miss an episode of the Hockey Talk TG podcast. Sorry that this is a short episode for today, but I'm pretty sure we'll have even longer episodes come the 2025-26 NHL season. Both of you guys have a great rest of your day. Keep God first as always. Be blessed. I will see you guys on Friday for another episode of the Hockey Talk with TG podcast. Take care.